大姐，好，等一下啊。好，大姐，你讲。怎样了，宝宝？好一点了哈。现在哪里？医院还是家里？在家里了哈。现在好了。没有 progress。我知道。At least I have him now. But I don't know how much longer I can take this. Okay, 完了，不讲了。拜拜。
My name is Yong. I'm a Malaysian, and so is my now 8-year-old son. I'm homesick. I've not been home for about 4 years. We're barred from leaving China simply because I refuse to lose my child again.
1, 2, 3. Hello there. Have you ever seen a rainbow? It was probably raining or had just started raining, right?
Right?
Yes.
我在那个幼儿园的时候，那个叫什么啊？对，带着自己那个。
对，一个格里菲尔。
对，这是哪个小学？
13 years ago, I went to work in Shanghai, fell in love, and married a Chinese national. When we had our son, we both decided that he should be a Malaysian, and so I returned to Malaysia to deliver him. When he turned 4, my marriage was near the brink of collapse. In July 2013, my former husband took our son away without my consent. For the next 820 days, I was forcibly separated from my son. During this time, my former husband and family were uncontactable. They changed their phone numbers and addresses and refused to take my calls. I tried to lodge a police report, but was told that unless I was divorced and had full custody rights, there was nothing the police or any authority in China could do to help me. I did what I was told. I successfully got divorced and obtained sole custody of my son in February 2015. How naive I was, believing that the custody order would reunite me with my son. My former husband ignored the custody order and continued to keep the child. For 8 months, I repeatedly pleaded with the enforcement court to help enforce my custodial right. But the judges told me, custody rights often cannot be enforced in China. Have you done enough as a mother? I had abided by the law. I had a custodial right, but my son remained with the party who had disregarded the law.
挡住了，所以我只看到这样子。可是其实他是这样子，我觉得。
他没有算好心或者是
妈妈 ，Are you crazy? Are you a madman?
好，我们不要 stop, okay? We have to continue and so that we can time. Okay? Okay, continue. 1, 2, 3, start.
I will not give up on my son. Never. I found my son all on my own after 820 painful days. My son was living alone with his aunt in the north. His father was living 2,000 kilometers away in Shanghai. My son was living under a fake identity. He hated school. He couldn't understand English anymore. He asked me, "Mama, Dad told me you don't want me anymore."
天啊，妈妈，你知道你弟弟没有朋友圈吗？
With my custodial right and him by my side, our lives could finally return to normal. But I was in for a rude awakening.
哎，黄律师，哎，对，那个怎么样了？你打电话给法院怎么说啊？
Just 3 days after our reunion, to our shock and horror, we discovered my son and I were banned from leaving China. To date, no official written explanation has been given to me or our Malaysian embassy, citing the reasons for the sudden ban. We have been confined in China for close to 2 years. The enforcement court told us verbally that this has something to do with the father's visitation rights. But how could that be? The ban was in place 4 days before his first visitation was even due. I had not violated his visitation, nor have I done so since.
好，没事，好，去玩，好，去玩。
Of course, the father has visitation rights, but to allow the visitation right to take precedent over the basic human rights of the child, the full custody of the mother, the basic human rights of the mother, I think that is just wrong.
The enforcement court then promised us the bans would be lifted after the father's court-supervised visitation. My son was reluctant, and for good reason, because I almost lost him again. As we were leaving the visitation room, my ex's family chased us and tried to forcibly take my son away. They failed, but my son was deeply traumatized. To add salt on wound, the enforcement court did not even honor its promise. The bans were not lifted. I was informed by the court that, regardless of whether the visitations would take place, my ex-husband was entitled to restrict our basic rights to freedom of movement until my son turns 18, because there would always be a next visitation. Despite countless appeals and close to 350 letters, I came to the realization that my ex-husband continued to dictate the terms in spite of his past behavior. I'm the sole custodial parent of my son. Based on my ex-husband's past abduction record, I have no other choice but to insist on supervised visitation to protect my son. How can any responsible mother possibly put their child at risk again? My grandma is 94 and extremely frail. Would I get to see her again in her lifetime? More importantly, what would this mean for my son over the next decade? He would likely not get to enjoy a relationship with any of his Malaysian relatives, nor will he get to know his home country until he is an adult. He will miss out on Chinese New Year reunions, weddings, funerals. He will not have the opportunity to attend study or holiday trips abroad. All his sacrifices in exchange for his father's unreasonable visitation terms? Does his father even consider this?
We consider what the child's best interest is. We have to remember that both China and Malaysia, indeed every country in this world bar one, is a signatory to the Convention on the Rights of the Child. And this is an international convention, it's the UN convention. Applications by a child or his or her parents to enter or leave a state party for the purposes of family reunification shall be dealt with by state parties in a positive, humane and expeditious manner. State parties shall also respect the rights of the child and his or her parents to leave any country, including their own, and to enter their own country. To put the father's rights above the mother's rights is wrong. To put the father's rights above the child's rights contravenes the convention. It contravenes every aspect of the rights of a child. At all times, we must ask, what would be best for this child? And in this scenario, I cannot understand why there's a travel ban. Given the fact that there has been no situation where the mother has abducted or attempted to abduct the child, there's been no situation where the mother has denied the father access or visitation rights. Very often, when a child is abducted, it is very rarely in the consideration of the child. It is usually one parent trying to get back at the other parent. It's an issue of ego, it's an issue of revenge, it's an issue of how dare you divorce me or have the guts to divorce me.
I never wanted it this way. I always wanted a peaceful divorce with my son's happiness and well-being first and foremost. I didn't want him to lose neither his mother nor his father.
站在登上我的花，照上我的草，照着我的家门口。朝陽啊，帶你行轉來啊，太媽愛看伊啊，太媽時間無多了啊。 緊緊轉來啊！朝陽，太媽無久了，時間啊是真有限啊，你著趕緊轉來啊，較慢轉來看我袂到了。
哎 ，Hello， 婆婆，婆婆。 哎，等陣啊，我叫伊啊。
太婆婆 ，I miss you。
听不到了。婆婆 ，Hello。Hello，Hello。
妈妈，什么时候会去看太婆婆？
I am Cheng Chao Yang. This is my story. My 8-year-old son and I are Malaysians. We are confined in China by unreasonably imposed travel bans. We have broken no laws. We are the innocent, non-violent, law-abiding victims of parental child abduction and inhumane travel bans. We have sought the views of human rights defenders and legal advisors in both Malaysia and China. They all tell us the same thing. This shouldn't be happening. But it has. Please help us by signing the petition to request the Chinese Enforcement Court to address this administrative oversight. Thank you.